immediately. Nedbank.
Welcome back to the program. Let's get into our financial segment. We look at today's market analysis with Toba Kameza, the Treasury Sales Manager from Nedbank Eswatini. Welcome to the program, Toba. We'll look at the foreign exchange, we'll look at commodities, and then we'll close it off by looking at equities. We are seeing increases today with regards to the exchange rates against major currencies. What is, contributing to that?
All right, thank you, Swiso, and good afternoon to the viewers. So today, the rand is weakened. We received stats this morning on the inflation numbers for April. Inflation in South Africa fell, I think, 0.1% from 5.3 to 5.2. Right. There's then knocking a bit of strength on the rand. Against the dollar, it's at 18.2025. Against the euro, it's at 19.7213, and the pound at 23.1665.
What are we expecting today? There's announcements that we should be expecting today, right? That should affect it as well.
Yes. So in the U.S. today, we expect the Fed to publish its minutes of its last meeting, right, where investors are looking at clues of what they are likely to do with their interest rates going forward. So the market is sort of anticipating to see what that is going to look like. Yeah.
Gold prices have decreased in commodities. Similarly, Brent crude oil prices have fallen by 0.82%. What are the drivers behind these movements?
All right, so I'll start with gold, trading at $2,413.52 per ounce. Gold has actually been doing quite well. I think this week on Monday, it actually reached a record high at 2,450, but it's sort of losing a bit of that strength, one, because of the stronger dollar that we are seeing today, and also it's more on demand as well. And I think that also ties to Brent crude as well, trading at $82.20 per barrel. That is largely driven by demand. Inflation pressures are not easing as much as the market would like to see. So demand for crude oil is decreasing.
Maybe as we look at that downward trend on crude oil, 0.82% decrease, what could be the potential benefits or challenges maybe that could be faced by our economies in terms of energy costs and maybe economic stability?
All right, so if the price of oil goes down, then it means for emerging currency holders, buying crude oil will cost less. So it means that the cost of oil and gasoline will probably then also be lower than what we've been seeing. But a lot of things are at play, the exchange rate being one of them, and all other factors. But yeah, I think for consumers, it is a good indicator.
Okay, let's look at equities. The S&P 500 as well as the JSE All Share Index. Those are the two equities that we want to look at right now. The S&P 500 is on the green, as we can see on the screen, by 0.25%. How do you interpret these?
All right, so the S&P 500 is doing well, and it has been, I think, for the last couple of weeks. As indicated previously, we are, I think we've just closed or near the end of the first quarter reporting cycle for most of the companies in the US. So most of the companies have been reporting very strong performance for the first quarter. So hence their shares have shot up. I think this afternoon, or rather this evening, we expect NVIDIA to also publish their numbers. That's the third largest institution by market capitalization on the Wall Street. Okay. So the market is expecting them to also perform very well. That's driving the strength that we're seeing of the S&P 500.
Slight decrease on the FTSE, 0.09.
Yes. So it's just slightly. I would attribute that to the inflation numbers in Britain. Right. So I think, it will be today. Today they released their inflation numbers for April, and it did not go down as much as the market would or was anticipating. That's meaning that rates will probably be higher for longer, and investors are then going to be putting their money on that rather than on riskier stocks.
Yeah, then the decline on the JSE All Share Index, how might that maybe affect investor confidence?
So I think it's a lot of things. When you look at the South African economy right now, there's quite a lot of uncertainty. We have elections coming up next week, and all of that. So I think investors are just cautious, basically, in what they put their money in, just waiting to see how things are going to pan out, and then probably make informed decisions after that.
Thoba, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Very brief, but quite a mouthful, and I think it is going to provide a lot of insights to Babugel Bethu, Nedbank Business Watchers, Battle at Market,